The impact of inflation is still being felt globally, and Africa is not an exception. Prices of commodity and services have increased without any sign of relief in the near future. In Egypt, inflation has impacted workers, and many are now crying foul as their purchasing power has been highly impacted. In Egypt, life is expensive and wages are low. They don't cover enough, so I took the step of leaving. I had friends who told me to try and come here and work. I liked the idea and thought I'd try it out. Anyway, living is expensive in Egypt, so there's no difference. The number of unemployed has also increased. This has been witnessed in many sectors in the North African country, as the number of job seekers have also increased in recent months. Lately, the number of people who are looking for a job have increased a lot, especially from Egypt. We are an Egyptian restaurant, so I get a lot of Egyptian people coming to me. Lately, the number of Egyptians who are looking for a job and who come and ask me for a job has increased a lot. Migrant workers and people who send money to relatives abroad are often saving less because they are forced to spend more due to inflation. For some, the only option is hustling even harder, working weekends and nights, taking on second jobs.
Send someone $100 back home. That's a lot of money. I mean, they can make a living out of it. But after the inflation, they have to have at least $120 to just buy basic necessities. So even though the living standard is still much cheaper than the United States, still the inflation back home is making it difficult for everybody because they have to everything. Some of the items they told me is double.
The International Monetary Fund estimates that global inflation will peak at 9.5% this year, but in developing countries inflation is much higher.